Hello everyone and welcome back to League 6. So now that I have all of my regions and all of my relics, the focus is going to be less on going for points for Dragon Rank and more on getting the Demonic Pacts. I'm currently at 19 of 40, leaving 21 to go, and I really want to see if I can get to all 40 and play around with a bunch of different builds and work on PVM. And in the background, I'll still be working on getting my rank up as well. Between episodes, I have done a bunch of farming, got to 200 mil, and snagged the farming pet here, as well as working on some other skills like Herblore, Hunter, and some construction here to upgrade the player-owned house with a jewelry box and the upgraded fancy pool there. Also fairy ring, though not sure if I'm actually going to use it. So yeah, but we look at the pack tree. I currently have finished up all the magic stuff I want to do for now, up into Water Mage and Powered Staves, which should help for a lot of bossing, and I'm currently working on branching into melee over here. But before I start working more on melee, because, yeah, a little bit lacking on the attack and decently on the strength and stuff, but before I go more into that, I want to put my new magic gear to use, like the Dragon Hunter wand, and see if I can snag a few more Pact Points. So the two main ones I want to go for are Wilderness Slayer and Barrows. So there's a Pact Point for getting a full Barrows set. And, well, currently I could only use the Carols or Arams because I don't have the attack level for the other, but I want to see what I can actually snag there, because Barrow's gear will also be helpful later on for Perilous Moons, so hopefully I can at least snag a full set, even if I can't get the point now if it needs attack. Aside from that, on the Slayer front, I would like to try and go for Laren's Keys, which can get me Dagonhai for another Pact Point, as well as see if I can work on the Void Waker from the Wilderness bosses, and Revenants to try and snag some of the other Rev weapons. To start, I decided to look into Slayer, because they changed how it works a bit, and the Slayer Masters now use their main game task list just limited to the region, so it kind of changes the weightings and stuff a bit here at Cristelia. Haven't seen Revs yet, but I have seen a Vedion, and I think I want to go for this, because I know melee would be better, but for what I saw, I think magic should work, so I'm going to see how well magic can work, because I do have the Thameron Scepter at 1 tick now, so hopefully I can make quick enough work at Vedion or Calvarion, and also would like to see if I can snag all the Wilderness boss kills for the Wildy Diary as well. But if it is viable, I could stay till the Void Waker. If not, I might have to wait till I can get melee. Well, I forgot a few things like my looting bag, but that kill went pretty well. I was not able to find a world at normal Vedion, though, but I think I will probably do the task here at Calvarion. Oh! Well, there's a cool drop. There's the Void Waker Blade, which is honestly probably the thing I needed the most. The ring would be nice. I don't think there's anything else I really need from Vedion aside from this. So I guess I could skip the task, but I might keep going because it is going really fast. Well, I guess I can skip Vedion now. The very next kill is Ring of the Gods. I think this will be my best in slot magic ring because there's really not much else in my region. So, yeah, that is really cool. And also Adamant rank. I might at least get to 20 KC just so I can do the peak option if I do have to come back here in the future, but probably won't do all 200. Oh, there's a nice little ring. I got a spindle task, and yeah, I've been working on that. Oh, I thought I closed the looting bag. I got a spindle task and been working on that to see if I get another Void Waker piece, and there's the first unique drop. Well, there's another unique drop, the Fangs of Venenatis. I did sort of forget that I didn't get the skull from Vedion, which is the one I actually would need to upgrade this for a few more max hits, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, though if I do get another Vedion task, I'll probably go back to see if I can get the skull. But yeah, one more drop from Venenatis. Huh. Well, I just got a Claw of Callisto the other kill, and now I got another. There it is. There's the Void Waker hilt. I think I'm going to go back to Artio for the rest of the task and try and pick up the ring now and just hit the KC milestones, because the hilt and the claws are the two big ones from here that you want to kill the big one. But yeah, 2 of 3 Void Waker down. Oh, that didn't take long. I just got to Artio, did a couple kills, and there's the Tyrannical ring. I think I might just stay for the 150 KC task, because it should count between Artio and Callisto. I should be like, 20 kills off or something. But probably going to stop there, because I think the only thing left now is the pet. Well, I guess I didn't need to do the main one. So I decided to do a few more kills here to get to the 150 task. There's another Void Waker hilt, and I also got 2 more rings. So I've been working my way through another spindle task to try and get the last Void Waker piece, and I realized there's an upgrade I can get that would really help with this, so I want to see if I can pull a piece of Dagonhai to get another Pact Point. And, I don't know, didn't get that many keys so far, so not the best. Oh, there we go. There's a piece of Dragon High. Can I get two? No. Okay, so, let me get to a bank and we can sort this out then. Okay, so if I just deposit it in here, I should be able to take it out and equip it. I actually don't know how it's going to compare to my Blood Moon legs. I know they're the same magic damage, but I mean, I guess it's a bit more attack. Honestly, it doesn't look that terrible with how it goes at the top. I wasn't expecting to overlap like that, but that gets me another Pact Point. So what I want to do, so I talked about how I want to go into melee, and there's 4 lines you can go with melee. Down here you have tile distance and halberds. Here you have heavy weapons and blind bag. It does work with both one-handed and two-handed. Here is light weapons, which is pretty much just whips, daggers, and claws, and special attack stuff. And up here you have thorns. Now, the one I want to go into is, I just missed that. One I want to go into is blind bag. I know it's not the strongest one, but I think just for doing stuff like moons, it makes the most sense. This will work with the double hitting weapons, and, well, most weapons. And a lot of them are two-handed, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to go into stuff like thorns. However, I really want to take this 1 point in thorns, because right now I'm doing a lot of maging, and I'm wearing a shield. Or at least, according to the examine, the ward says it's a shield. So I feel like, especially for stuff like Spindle with the little spiders, or a lot of other things, like even just Slayer in general, having the extra 3 melee damage recoiling every time something hits me will really help with maging. Now, I don't think I can invest enough points to get the really good stuff, like up here where it increases your Thorns damage based on your defense, or this one that doubles your Thorns damage, or 50% more Thorns damage. But I think just this base 3 should hopefully help, even if it does derail some of my melee plans, or delay, I should say. And it would also work if I ever use a one-handed heavy weapon, which there are a few good ones in my region, so it might come up. So yeah, I think I'm going to lock it in. It should hopefully help with Spindle, and I don't know, hopefully I don't regret it, but what's the worst that happens, because I'm going to reset later anyway. But yeah, there's my 20th point for some thorns. So I think the thorns was a good idea. As you can see, the little spiders now recoil for 3 when they hit me, which means they die, and then the boss takes more damage. It was taking reduced damage because little spiders were up. Just wasn't worth tagging them because you can damage past it quick enough. But yeah, this should definitely speed up my kills, not just here, but anywhere else, because anytime something hits me, it's going to take 3 damage. And I'm also gaining, I think, attack experience for when something recoils, or based off the recoil damage. I'm not sure if I can change that to other styles, but it's probably better to put in attack right now because it's my lowest skill, even if I was saving that for when I get on or start doing melee stuff later. But yeah, so this should hopefully help speed up Spindle here, because well, over 270 kills and still no Voidwaker hilt, so I might be here a while. Oh hey, there's a dragon pickaxe. Surprisingly, in all the kills I've done across all the bosses, that is my first dragon pickaxe, which is needed for only like 1 task, but yeah, still nice to finally get one. Okay, I just got the Spiderling pet. So I've been trying to work at the bosses still, at Venanatus, and now I have everything here, but the Voidwaker piece. Well, what timing? I just might have died a little, but there's the Voidwaker gem. So yeah, finally done here. Probably not even going to bother picking this up. I guess I can go make a Voidwaker now. So I know it's not the craziest dry streak, but yeah, needing to go over 500 kills in the league when the last task was 300 wasn't great. As you can see, I got a bunch of fangs, a bunch of rings, and I even am up to 3 Voidwaker blades, because I was also doing some Vedion and Calvarion to try and upgrade my staff here, which is also really running out of charges after all that Spindle. But I should be able to make the Voidwaker here. Not sure if I just use it on her. And there we go. There is the Voidwaker. And now I can equip it for another task. Yeah, I've realized this is another one that needs attack levels. I'm up to 60, though, from, you know, just the Thorns damage. Also, I figured out a bit of how it works. If I unequip this, if I have this on kick, it will be strength experience. So I did that just so I get a bit more strength. But if I swap it back to my autocast, it then messes up and goes back to attack, even if I swap back. So I have to take off the weapon and put it back on. So, yeah. And I was going to say I was going to skip and try and get a rev task now. But one thing I realized, my task this time wasn't for Spindle or Venanatus. It was for spiders. And I think there's another spider I can go kill. So the Voidwaker grind took long enough that I now have the Slayer level to kill a Raxor, which does work on a Spider's task. I can't say I was expecting to fight this boss this early, before Fire Cape and stuff, but I think my magic gear should be enough just to get one kill using a Fire Surge here. And, I don't know, I haven't actually fought a Raxor much. I think maybe just a little bit in a Gridmaster or something. But I think I should be able to just get one kill. Also did kill a few of the small ones out here trying to get the Arania boots. But no luck there, and I didn't want to burn through the remaining tasks just in case I need a few attempts at a Raxor in here. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully get the one kill and get another Pact Point. Alright. So I was struggling a little bit there at the end, and then realized, right, I had the flask, I could just kill him. So there's the one Raxor kill. That was not very hard at all. And Spider Cave teleports. That's not really useful in the slightest. But I don't think I really want to go and farm the boss right now. I think that might be a little easier with melee, although I don't think that was a terrible time, at least not for a first kill in Mage. But yeah, that is another Pact Point. And of all the places I can put it, I think I would like to just start working on the blind bag now, so might as well invest it into there. So yeah, hopefully I can pick up a few more melee points soon, because I really would like to try and get these two accuracy nodes before I do stuff like Jad and some of the other stuff, just because it will also help for magic. But yeah, one more Pact Point down, and one I was not expecting to get anywhere nearly this early. I was just finishing out the task and forgot I could get Superiors here. This might be the first time I get to do Chaining Superiors. Yep. So, this could get a lot of loot. Well, there's a Mist Battle Staff, and the Superior train is still going. And an Imbued Heart. I knew Araxite Superiors were really good for this, but, yeah, I can't say I expect to get this in the last, like, 20 kills. I think there's a task for activating that, as well as equipping the Mist Battle Staff there, so, yeah, 2 big league tasks. And that's the last one. I think it was a chain of 6 Superiors there, but, I mean, a Mist Battle Staff and Imbued Heart, I don't think I can complain. And finally, there is another Revenant task. Since they changed the weightings to be more like the main game, I haven't seen a single one, which is a bit concerning because my staff here is almost out of Ether. So yeah, really needed this at least to recharge the Ether in here. Aside from that, I have just been working on Wilderness Slayer. I've got a bunch of attack levels, and okay, so the plan was originally I was going to wait to train attack on crabs using the Infernal Tech Paddle, and, just getting a bunch of, like, really fast levels using the packs. But now that I've been getting it through Thorns, I think it's probably not worth just holding off on training up melees, and I probably will do the crab task just with the gear I have now, and get a few more packs in the process, because, yeah, I don't think it's really worth, I got these also between episodes, and also got a whip. I went to Boost to do the Mortania Diary, and I got it on 2KC. But yeah, I have a good bit of weapons, but it would be nice to equip some weapons, get some bonuses there. Actually, I think one thing I should just be able to do now, even, because I have the level, is, yep, there's the Pact Point for equip a D2H in the Wildy. So, yeah, I think I will just be training up my melees, though, or training up attack, I should say, at the crabs now, rather than waiting till after the Fire Cape and all that stuff, because Thorns kind of took the wind out of the sails of that plan a little bit. Also, I did get a Teleport Anchoring Scroll directly from a drop, and I think this is a League task, so that should help if I get future Zombie Pirates and Chaos Druids. I've just been working on getting the keys for that task. But, yeah, so right now, though, I just want to keep working on Slayer. Probably going to do the crabs to train up attack a bit, and go to Revenants, and hopefully at least get some Ether, but hopefully see some of the other drops as well. That's really nice to see. Just a few kills into the task, and I got an Amulet of Avarice, which is mainly nice because it not only, I don't know if it actually helps with a damage boost because I already have the Slayer Helm effect. It probably does. I think it's 20% while the Slayer Helm's like 15 for magic, but it's mainly nice because it's going to keep me Scald, which is a bit of a problem because I had to keep running around trying to find the Emblem Trader. So, yeah, really nice to see that drop. Hopefully I can snag the other 2 Rev weapons next. Oh, I saw the Laren skin, I didn't realize, but there is a crossbow. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use this, though it does sound fun to play around with later if I do some bow packs. But yeah, that is at least another Rev weapon down, so I just need the mace, and I think that I'm done with Revs. Aside from a few of the statues I broke down to Ether, nothing else of note from that rev task, and I did finish out that crab task with melee. Not as great of gear as I was hoping, but yeah, I still was able to get a bunch of levels and stayed a bit longer just to get 80 attack, and also 2.2k total, so some more league points there. But now I have a bunch of weapons that I've just been waiting for the attack level to equip for tasks. So yeah, just a whole slew of tasks here. A lot of these I probably could have and should have knocked out sooner. And there is the Void Waker for another Pact Point. So yeah, this will allow me to get this accuracy node, which will help with maging, and I still would like to wait until I get some of the other maging done, like Fire Cape, before I go really into melee with some of these other packs up here. But this accuracy should help, because I did also get a skeleton task, which will hopefully let me finally get the Skull of Vedion, so I can upgrade my Cursed Scepter. But yeah, my melee gear is a lot better now, or at least a lot more options to go for. Probably won't use the whip because it's a light weapon, but I think the Void Waker is a heavy weapon, and probably my best weapon now, because it also has a really good spec. So I don't know, that'll be fun doing with melee, because it should trigger with Blind Bag, and also still work with Thorns if I put a shield on. And here is the other task I've been waiting to see. Black Dragons. Now, it's not a particularly great task for Wildy Slayer, because I don't really want to be killing Black Dragons. But in the League, you can do tasks outside the wilderness too, which means I can use this to go kill KBD, and there's an Echo KBD, which will get me another Pact Point. So might as well, you know, wait until I get the task. And yeah, might not kill all 200, but I think with water spells and the Dragon Hunter wand, it should be pretty easy in AFK. Aside from that, I've just been working on Chaos Druids and Zombie Pirates mainly. I have done some other tasks in there. I got, I think, some jellies and necks, and also hit 99 Slayer already, which reminds me, I really should be getting the cape so I can go for the back-to-back. I'll go pick that up. But yeah, now I'm going to see if I can kill some KBD, get the Echo Orb, and fight the Echo Boss. Well, that didn't take long. Come here, do one kill, and there's the Echo Orb. Might just stay for a few more kills just because I was playing to AFK, but we can fight the Echo Boss whenever. Well, I guess I might as well send the Echo Boss now. I have fought Echo KBD in the past on my alt last league, which was also doing Mage, but, well, I think Magic is a lot better this league with the water heals and all, and I also think my gear is a lot better, especially with the Dragon Hunter wand. So I'm not expecting this to be a particularly hard fight and already have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. Also, I did get the Dragon High top. I decided to send my Laren's keys before going to KBD. I'm one off, I think, 50. But yeah, it's a slight upgrade over the Blood Bark, though it does have less defense, so if I was trying to do something tanky, it would be a little worse. But it should be a little bit of an upgrade for KBD. So yeah, it should be a pretty easy Echo Boss. Let's see if I can get the kill. Oh, that was a pretty easy kill, all things considered. I might farm it up soon, but don't really want to farm out the Echo item right now, so probably going to leave it there. And let's teleport to Ferox, and yeah, I forget what I wanted to put the Pact Point in. I think I was actually going to hold off until I did the next thing I wanted to do. So let's just skip that for now, because we're just going to go into some of the melee stuff up here. But actually, I think it'll just be this one. So yeah, I might as well put that one in now. Oh. I didn't see it at first. I saw the Dragon Pickaxe, but there is the King's Barrage. I decided to stay and just go for the Echo because, well, I still had the Black Dragon task. But yeah, this is a very good crossbow that I'll probably play around with later. I'm sure you've seen it by now. But yeah, so this is going to be very good, but not for my current build. And I think I'll probably just AFK KBD for the rest of this task now. So this might seem a little random, but after I finished the KBD, I was looking at the Pact Points and realized the only thing left for Wildy was Corp. So I decided to send Corp, and I figured before I try with the King's Barrage, because that is a Corp-Bane weapon, let's just try with Water to see if that, you know, actually works. And, yeah, it was definitely not a fast kill, but it does work. I have seen other ways to AFK it, and I think that's with like better thorns and stuff. So I don't know, might wait for later before I try any more corp with a method like this. But it did give me the 1 kill, which got me another Demonic Pact point. And I think what I'm going to be putting into is the blind bag chance. So I have I think it's an extra like 10% chance. Yeah, extra 10% to trigger. So now it's 25 total. So that's going to be really helpful for melee. Oh, that's nice to see. So I had a couple skeleton tasks, and there is the Skull of Vedion, so I can finally upgrade my Thameron Scepter. The only downside is, I don't know what other wilderness content I still have to do aside from revs for the chain mace. So, might have got a little late, but still it's going to be a nice upgrade. Well, there's still a few things I'm missing from Wilderness Slayer, like the Dagon Eye hat, also some of the Elder Chaos and Zombie Pirate keys, and of course the final Rev weapon. I think 50 tasks here is a good point to call it and go back to normal Slayer, because there's a few tasks I want to get that I can't get from Cristelia. So yeah, I think I have it all sorted, and nothing in this round, but I'm going to skip, because the main thing I want to go for is a Jad task. I have hot stuff enabled, and the next thing I want to do is fight caves, but it would be a little bit nicer if I could get a Jad task for it just to speed it up, and hopefully it won't take too long to find one. So let's see how quick I can get that, and if I get anything else interesting along the way. Well, there is one of the other tasks I was looking for, gargoyles. So part of the reason I haven't done more Wilderness Slayer Want to Stop now is because there's some upgrades I can get that would make it a lot better later, including something from gargoyles. But for now, I think I'm only going to do 30, or let's do 50, because the Brittle Key is a 1 in 30 in leagues, so hopefully I can get that with magic, because fighting the boss, I probably will want to wait for melee, and I want to do fight caves before I do melee. Aside from that, I did also pick up and store a Hellhound task, because I forgot I have the level to do Cerberus now, but that's another one I think might be better to wait for melee than to try with magic. And that didn't take too long. There is the Czar task, which should give me a chance to switch to Jad, and, oh yeah, how many Jad? Well, I have to do a minimum of 5, it seems, despite saying 1 there. Probably will just, I don't know, I'm probably going to skip anyway. If I'm going to skip, might as well just put 200, just in case, like, I disconnect a bunch and lose a few tasks. But yeah, there is a Jad task, and, hopefully that's going to help with the fight caves. Also, I did get the Brittle Key, and I, also Granite Maul, and I tried to fight, GG's, but, yeah, you can't Mage Dust, so I decided to skip that and, come back later. So yeah, now let's go take out Jad, get some more Pact Points, and get the Fire Cape. Well, that wasn't very hard at all. Well, there is Fight Caves. And let's see, there is the Fire Cape. And, oh wow, that was 200 log slots. I haven't really been paying attention to that. So, yeah. And a genie. Nice. But if I equip the Fire Cape too, that is a Pact Point and also the Karamja Elite Diary. So I got some experience boost. I think it was I did like the Faldor Diary, got to 90 rune crafting. There's a wine you can get in Varlamore for +1. That's how I got that sorted. And now I can also get to the Inner City, which will allow me to get a few more tasks and do the 3 Jad challenge. Well, that wasn't very hard either. I think that was the first try. And I think pretty decent time too, not like it was that hard with all the league buffs. But there is the 3 Jad challenge for another Pact Point, giving me 2 now to spend. So now that I got the Fire Cape and the Pact Points from Jad, I think it's finally time to start melee. I went to Pest Control and got myself a full Void, because melee Void is actually like my best armor. In the DPS CACs, I think it's like tied with Torva, because in my regions, we just don't have access to like Barrow's Glove or Ferocious Gloves, so Void becomes a lot better. And it also does stack with the Calling Spree Slayer Helm for when that applies, though at the moment it won't really come up, but it will come up later. So, yeah, and as for my gear, I think the Void Waker is actually my best weapon right now, because if we look at the stats, the Infernal Tech Battle here actually has less strength, even without the Abi Shield. So I think it's actually my best weapon, and it is a heavy weapon, and I think this... Oh, This is probably going to be my best loadout for blind bag, because with the points I got from Jad, I can get, or I already got this one. That means I have a 25% chance to trigger when I have 5 weapons. So it's going to be one of these 5 at random, and a blind bag trigger, I think, can proc another blind bag. So I could go up to here, which would give me another 10% damage on the blind bag hits. But this is honestly really bad DPS, so I'm probably just going to skip it entirely. And instead, I want to pick up this node, which makes it so my melee hits have a chance to trigger a ranged echo. And it treats them as if they were a bow, crossbow, or thrown weapon. So while it's only a 5% chance, it also only works for two-handed weapons. But even though I'm using the Void Waker, it means when I blind bag, these are all two-handed weapons, so these will all trigger, and each hit from these double-hitting weapons will have an independent chance to do a ranged echo, at least from what I've seen. So now what I want to do is go down here into range, because while this node won't help, if I get this node, 15% chance of crossbows, that means that the melee chance goes from a 5% to a 20%, which will just be crazy for echoes. So I'll be doing blind bag hits, echo hits, so I don't know, it seems like the most fun, so I'm going to get this one. Actually, really don't need to get it now. I'm going to get it anyway, just so I can path a little closer, and now I'm going to work on getting the Dragon Defender for another Pact Point so I can pick up this one. Even for a League, I think that might be my quickest Dragon Defender yet. It was only 86 Cyclops kills in total, Bronze to Dragon. But yeah, there is the other Pact Point for a Dragon Defender. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to use it much. Like, it is going to be better than the Obby Shield by a bit for, you know, using, like, the Void Waker. But the Obby Shield gives me thorns, so I'm not sure how much it comes up. Maybe I would want to use the Void Waker and a Defender for, like, stab on a Eclipse Moon or something. I don't know, I'll have to still figure that out. But yeah, there is the other Pact Point, which allows me to unlock this node now for a higher echo chance. I will say, just proccing off the blind bags, I did not see very many echoes, so maybe it would actually be better to use a double-hitting or two-handed weapon as my main weapon. But anyway, with a 20% chance, hopefully I'll see a lot more of them. So as AFK and KVD, mainly trying to go for a pet, but there is the Draconic Visage. That'll be a very important later, and also means now I can full AFK for the pet. So I turned that Visage into a Dragonfire Shield and charged it up, and now I think it's time to send some Barrows. I'm probably not going to stay until I get a full set right now, at least unless I get lucky, but I at least want to send a few and see what items I can snag, maybe even some upgrades. And I also really would like to see if I can get a Construction Cape before I go for too much Barrows, because it would be a little nicer than having to carry around runes just in case I want to play around House Telly to restore my prayer. But it should go pretty quick, so let's see what I get on the first chest. The first chest is... only a Barrows icon. With the boost of rates, I honestly was expecting to see an item in the first chest, but I at least want to go until I get my first items. And chest number 4 for... there we go, my first item, a Varrock's Skirt. Pretty decent item, too. Also, I think I have refined my setup a little bit. It would still be nice to have a Construction Cape, so I don't have to go to the spellbook and could just click in here. But I just have House Tellies in my rune pouch there. And I can just come here and pray. If I need health, I can also just go to Ferox using the jewelry box. Or I could use my flasks to restore health in prayer too in emergency. And I'm just going to be doing that back and forth and teleporting with my left-click option to surface or chest. So, yeah. But I think this is where I'm going to wrap up this episode because, well, it would be nice to get a Barrow set, but I think I'll just do that between episodes, and at the start of next episode, we'll just see which set I finished first. So, yeah. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. I was hoping I'd get a little more into actually melee stuff this episode, but, well, start of next episode, I'll get the Barrow set and probably then go to Moons. So, yeah. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.